Welcome to The Whole You with Mary Beth and Gina, the Guru Girls.
So, hello.
Hello.
We are back. I know you haven't even seen our first one yet. I'm still editing it. I apologize. We'll get it out soon. But we wanted to come back and visit with you guys today. And we have a really, really special topic. We were going to talk about metabolism and all of the health benefits and how exercise and such and metabolism plays into our daily life. And Mary Beth had this wonderful moment, a connection with spirit or universe, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you call it.
Whatever it is to you. And she emailed me something that she wanted to discuss today, and it actually matched up with something that I had experienced recently too. So we are listening.
Yes.
Yes.
We are. I think what kind of hit me this week was the term busy. I'm facing it myself. I know that you are as well. All good, because it's opening up a lot of great opportunities, but it really helped me look at it deeper. Like, why do we feel the need to be busy? And how do we shift being busy so that you have more of that quiet time, that time to really let those creative juices flow, let those thoughts come to you, let that inspiration come to you. I think we live in a world today where it's a badge of honor to be busy.
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah. So you're constantly on the go, and you can just tell people, I'm busy. I'm busy, because it makes you feel important.
It makes you feel important.
It makes you feel important.
I used to feel like I was so important when I was the hub of all of my friends, and they would come to my house and drop in at any time and just be there to talk or to eat. And it's like now recognizing that was part of my identity, you know, was kind of a little unsettling to me, being like that. So.
And I think one of the biggest things for me is when I'm busy, instead of asking why me, I always go to what am I supposed to be learning from this, and what am I avoiding in my life? Because I think there's also an element of being busy where you're not facing, as I like to call it, your stuff. You're not willing to clean out your closet. Maybe there's some issue you're facing with your family or your job or your,
It's an easy way to hide.
Exactly, to hide behind the busy. So part of what we wanted to invite all of you to do is to really take that moment and ask yourself, okay, what am I avoiding by being busy? And sometimes I even know of people too that just even being in the quiet scares them because they don't know what to do with it.
Absolutely.
And I think, living in such a media hub kind of world, I think we forget to just stop and take a break.
And I think that what we forget about is the effect that it has on our bodies, our relationships with ourselves, our relationships with other people. I often find that suddenly things become quieter on my social front when I'm too busy, and I may start feeling down about it and nobody cares about me anymore, nobody wants to contact me anymore, and then I have to stop and think about it honestly. Maybe it's because I'm not responding back to them because I am so busy, or I am not accepting invitations out, I'm not going out with them, or I'm too tired to because I've been too busy with work. So I have to think about that. One of the things personally that happens with me also, which is happening to me right now, is my immune system just becomes ferocious, and it just starts eating me up, and I've got my hives back, and I'm gaining weight, and I'm exhausted, and so just the overall health of being too busy is it's just going to be very detrimental to us in general. And we may not be doing it. You may be doing it to hide from something, as Mary Beth was saying. You may be doing it for survival. I've got 5 different jobs trying to pay my bills. I don't know what I'm doing. But regardless of the reason for it, recognizing the importance of stopping and resting, meditating, yoga, taking your vitamins that you may forget to do because you're running out the door. Just those types of things for self-care are really important.
I think too, it goes back to, I'm sure you hear that term, fight or flight. So our body is constantly sitting in this chronic stress state. So what's happening is we're releasing excess cortisol. Well, when you do that over time, a number of things can happen. Insulin resistance, where your body is not processing the glucose or sugar in your body properly, and it leads to kind of a little bit of like what I call the fat tire in the middle.
That I'm starting to get, ironically,
Exactly.
for the first time in my life.
So if you see that, you gotta stop and go, wait a minute, am I like up here all the time? And then sometimes your body gets locked into that, where you can't get out of it. And sometimes it takes like a 5-day break
Yes.
to reset the whole system.
Yes.
Because you've been up here for a long time.
Such a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a little bit of a story. Can I share it?
Absolutely.
So I recently had a birthday, and I am in the midst of all kinds of work, and I wanted to have my birthday celebration in the month of June, which is when my birthday is, because if you remember, typically it's in August or July, whenever I have time to make it. And I always want to do one at home where friends who don't like to go out to sing karaoke or don't like dancing can come and just celebrate. And of course, because I have all the food allergies, I make all the food myself. So it's not a relaxing event by any means.
No, you're doing a lot of work.
It is very much a lot of work. And I was so determined that I had to have it in June that I planned it last minute. I had like 4 days to plan it. I invited whoever was on my brain at the moment. Obviously, you guys didn't get an invite. I'm looking at you now going, damn it, I forgot about it.
I heard about it through Ron.
Did you? Oh, and and every single day leading up to it, I was like, oh, I hope so and so. Oh, I didn't invite them, and so it was a mess. So one of the friends that came, and it was mostly work people because they're the ones I'm around all the time.
Yes.
So I'm just like, oh, they're in my mind. Come to my party. So I said no gifts, of course, and one person brought me a gift, and it was an amazing moment because after she left and then there was quiet, I opened the package, and what she had given me was a book. And the book, I'm going to show it here real quick, and it's by an artist named, I don't know how to say her name right, but I think it's Ilana Van Zandt, and it's an amazing book, and it's called One Day My Soul Just Opened Up. And I'm telling you, I opened this package up, read this, and burst into tears. It resonated with me so much. And it's, it's just stuff that, I know already, or I practice as often as I can. Blue Feather helps me with it. You help me with these things. But just that moment, seeing this title, and the fact that it resonated with me so much told me that I needed it at that moment. So I noticed that Patricia had bookmarked a page, and I don't know if it was random or not, but I opened it up and I looked right at the second paragraph, and it said, "Be still and know. Stillness is the key." And it just stilled the mind, stilled the body. And it was that moment when I just recognized what I was doing to myself. I was running myself ragged with all of my different jobs and the farmers markets and the party and all these things that are just so darn important to me. I forgot to be still. And I read the rest of this paragraph. It's on page 46 if any of you have this book and want to read it. But I read to the end of the chapter, 46 and 47, and I just started bawling. The whole time I was reading it out loud to Tim and to Ite, one of my friends that was there. I was just bawling. Next day, Ron comes over. He's a friend of mine, a client of Mary Beth's as well, and a friend of hers. I showed him, and I said, this is such a great book because he's right now needing stillness as much as any of us. And he started reading it, and he just started bawling. And it was just amazing to me that it was the exact message that I needed at that moment. And when Mary Beth mentioned wanting to talk about busyness, it was just like, yes, I absolutely want to share my story with you guys. So if any of you have the opportunity to get the book, One Day My Soul Just Opened Up, Ilana Van Zandt. It's just such a wonderful story that she's telling. And again, things you probably already practice, you already know, but it's always good to read it and hear it again from a different perspective.
Which leads me to the other piece that I've started to take on this week. Like you, things have gotten really busy, not just with good things, but some family stuff has come up this week also with my dad having a health crisis. And one of the things I stopped and I just stood back and said, okay, I know this is all kind of going on around me right now. And I took that pause and I said, all right, I'm just going to give into the flow. I'm just going to give into, I will do the work, I will be present, but I'm just going to go with the flow. Whatever comes in front of me is what I will deal with. Whatever I'm meant to see or know will come to me. And this is something I'm starting to embrace in my life. It's become a huge word. My word of the year was connection, but it's also become flow.
That's wonderful.
And through the flow, then you don't feel busy. And you do find those quiet moments where you can hear what you need to hear, or face what you need to face, or look at a piece in your life and say, I really need to work through that. I need to talk to somebody, or I need to talk to this person and have this discussion, or whatever it is for you.
Formlessness.
It is.
I love formlessness. It gives you that opportunity, like you said, to just listen in the moment and be able to embrace what comes moment. You don't self-direct, you don't predict out, you just stay formless, and Spirit, God, universe, you, your higher self, whoever, will just direct you to exactly what you need at that moment.
Exactly.
And we never have more than we can handle as long as we're listening.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people talk about meditation, and it's not for everyone. You know, I know that better than anybody from my practice. Meditation doesn't have to be sitting silently to shut everything out. Meditation can be moving. It can be a walk, like out in this beautiful environment today. It can be Tai Chi. I know some people embrace that kind of moving meditation. It can even be a workout for you. But it's finding what is your meditation. Where do you find that peace in your mind and that calm that kind of just resets? You know, so we're inviting you to kind of take that moment. And find that. And really look. And if there are pieces that need to be cleaned up, take a look at them. And if you need help, get help for it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, thank you guys for listening to us. We always appreciate you joining us on our vlog adventure.
Yes.
And we're excited to talk about metabolism next time.
I think we're going to tackle some metabolism. We'll get a little sciencey, but we're also going to get a lot of that spiritual and that emotional piece in here too. We're going to talk about kind of what's going on in our lives, you know, what we're experiencing and what we're learning from it to share it with you as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We'd love to hear from all of you. Please post in the comments below and let us know what you think.
Yeah. And any suggestions or ideas?
Absolutely.
Things you would love to hear about.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah. So just, we look forward to hearing from you.
Awesome. Thank you. So we have our social media expert here with us, Miss Izzy, and she told us that we forgot something really vital in the social media world. So we're going to ask you to please share our post, like our post, and wait, let's look into the camera because I was looking at the other thing.
Okay.
So please share our post, like our post, and
Subscribe.
And
click on the bell.
click on the bell so that you can get
know.
notifications from when we post a new video.
Yep.
Thank you guys, we're learning.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And you're along for the ride.
Yes. Sucks
right.
to be you. All right, thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.